This is coverage you can count on. WGAL News 8 Today starts now.
We start this 6 o'clock hour with a live look outside, checking out our Lebanon sky cam. It's a clear morning out there. Good morning to you. I'm Caitlin Smith.
I'm Matt Barcaro, and it's going to warm up again today. Regina's here with our commute. Looking all right?
It looks okay for now.
Okay, for now. Very good.
Short. A little busy. A little busy.
Okay. And meteorologist Marilyn Pan.
We could be talking about record warmth later this afternoon. Another beautiful day in store for us, thanks to high pressure dominating our weather. And as we take a look again at our Lebanon sky cam, sunrise this morning is in about an hour and 26 minutes. And once it does come up, it will reveal lots of sunshine. Temperatures not too bad. 41 in Selinsgrove, that's our coolest spot. But elsewhere we have 58 in Elizabethtown, 56 in New Freedom, 50 in Carlisle, 51 in Harrisburg. So it's a little milder this morning than at recent mornings. You'll still need that jacket, but you won't need it for long as temperatures warm quickly. And that's because of the dry air we have in place. Dew points are in the 40s still. So even though we're going to see highs in the 80s this afternoon, it won't feel humid. It's going to feel nice, and you could see skies are clear there. So your 12-hour forecast calls for those temperatures to climb into the low 80s later today. And the record is 83. So we'll have to see if we can tie it or come close to it or whatever.
Yeah, we might be pushing it. Yeah, we might get there.
October as a whole has been pretty dry, right?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, we ended the month of September so wet, that string of real gloomy days, and October's been opposite. So
we're kind of appreciating the sun today a little bit. All right. Good morning, everybody. 6:02 on the clock. If you're heading out at this hour, just a couple of spots to watch out for in Lancaster County. First one here in Mount Joy Township. We do have this incident on Route 283 westbound at Cloverleaf Road. So if you're heading through there, watch out for that. West Earl Township, there's a crash on Metzler Road at Municipal Drive. You can see in yellow that there is a slowdown there on 272. Also, if you're heading through West Cocalico Township, an incident on Hardings Park Road at Swamp Bridge Road. So far, I love that name, Swamp Bridge Road. So we'll keep an eye on those crashes for you. Cumberland County looking busy, a little bit more cars this morning on I-81. They're a nice busy route today. 83 southbound, York split to York, 19 minutes. If you're headed to Shrewsbury, just under a 15-minute drive. We'll have another check coming up in about 7 minutes.
This has been a Lancaster Toyota traffic report.
Right now, police in Harrisburg continue to investigate the shooting death of a teenager.
News 8's Gabrielle Thomas is joining us from Harrisburg Police this morning. Gabrielle.
Matt and Caitlin, a 16-year-old boy was shot and killed last night here in Harrisburg in the area of South 14th Street and Hunter Street. Police tell News 8 they heard gunshots around 8 p.m. and they were dispatched to a home on Hunter Street. We talked with a neighbor who says the community needs to come together to educate children about the impact of gun violence for senseless tragedies like this to be avoided.
We have got to come together as a neighborhood, as a society, to fix our children. It's not wrong to tell my children no, or to tell me he's doing something wrong. It's okay to tell my child no when I'm not there, because it takes a village.
Anyone with information is asked to contact Harrisburg Police. Reporting live here in Harrisburg, I'm Gabrielle Thomas, WGAL News 8.
Thanks, Gabrielle. New this morning, Susquehanna Township Police in Dauphin County have completed their investigation into a drowning from earlier this year. Police say they responded to the Whisper Woods apartment complex on July 31st for 2 unresponsive children in the apartment complex's pool. Both were taken to the hospital. Police now say a girl has made a full recovery, but an 8-year-old boy has died. Investigators also say they do not plan to file any criminal charges.
Right now, state police are still looking for a missing York County Fire Police captain. Today will be the 5th day of this search for Tony Bortner of Windsor. Troopers, search and rescue teams, K-9 units, they've all been out working to find the Laurel Fire Company's fire police captain. Troopers say his car was found Saturday at Lock 12 in Lower Chanceford Township in York County. That's a heavily wooded area near the Susquehanna River.
I hope he's okay. I hope we could find him and bring him back home to us.
Mother, who you just heard from, anyone with information on where he may be should call state police in York, and you can see that number right there on your screen for you.
In Lancaster County, new policies going into effect at the Penn Manor School District, which were created with the help of the Independence Law Center. Under one of the new policies voted on last night, a student will only be able to play in a sport that aligns with their gender assigned at birth. There are several exceptions to this, including if an evaluation concludes that participation would not threaten competition. Under another policy going into effect, students can only be called by a preferred name if a parent can provide legal documentation reflecting the change. But even if the district approves the request, staff are still allowed to refuse to use a student's preferred name or pronoun if the staff member says it doesn't align with their beliefs.
The forced disclosure of a student's gender identity could lead to emotional harm, family conflict, or homelessness. The decision to share this information must remain with the student, ensuring their safety and readiness. We should trust students to decide when it is safe for them to come out, not force them to share their identity prematurely.
I think it's a good idea for the parents to have the authority over their children. A parent has a legal right to know everything about their children. They birthed them, they raised them, and they're raising them, and they're taking care of them financially. And it's their responsibility to take care of them, not the school district, not a teacher.
The name and pronoun changes will go into effect at the start of the second semester.
A Lancaster man has been charged with sexual abuse of children after an investigation started from a cyber tip line report. Manheim Township police say 60-year-old Kenneth Rader uploaded a picture containing child pornography on Discord. That's a social media platform usually used for messaging and video games. Police say Rader was identified through an IP address, and after searching his home, police say they found inappropriate photos and videos of children on his device. He is facing charges including sexual abuse of children and also criminal use of communications.
A 75-year-old woman has several broken bones after being hit by a car in Lancaster Township, and right now police are still looking for the driver. Manheim Township police say 2 women were walking their dogs along River Drive when one says a dark-colored sedan veered off the road and into their path. Police say the car never slowed down or looked back.
When you hit a person, you know it, so they knew that they hit somebody. This road is very wide. There's fog lines on the road. The victims, they were on the correct side of the fog line, right side of the road, doing everything they're supposed to be.
Damage from the crash.
It's 6:08 and this week is National Teen Driver Safety Week. Maybe you have a teen like I do who's just learning to drive, or even if you have a teen already out there with their license, it can be a stressful time, right? Constantly worried about them. At least that's how I feel. So we've got some advice, right?
Yeah, and the tips can be applied to you too, not just teens. News 8's Jay Scott Smith is live in York this morning with some tips for parents who just want to make sure their children's driving safely. Jay?
Yes, good morning, Caitlin and Matt. And Caitlin obviously has a reason to always be worried. I remember when I was learning how to drive and how much my dad was in my ear about being safe on these roads, and that's what this whole week is about. It's about saving lives. In fact, traffic crashes are one of the leading causes of death in teens ages 15 to 18. Now that comes from NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Association. Now that's just really part of the matter. In 2022, nearly 800 teenage deaths occurred in crashes here in the U.S. and more than 2,500 teen drivers were involved in a crash where someone died. So we're in the midst of homecoming season with high schools and colleges, and the holidays, of course, are on the horizon as well. This is a great time for parents to remind your kids of the potential dangers affecting teen drivers, and that includes no driving while impaired or tired. Also, no driving with distractions, and that's not just texting or being on your phone. That's also eating, drinking, fixing your hair or makeup. About 10% of all teen drivers that are involved in a fatal crash were distracted at the time of the crash. Also, slow down, no speeding. 1/3 of teen drivers involved in fatal crashes were also speeding in 2022. You want to limit the number of extra passengers. Sometimes kids want to pile their friends into the car. Please don't do that. There's a greater risk of a crash. Plus, you always have to wear your seatbelt, and that's something that Michelle Anderson from the National Road Safety Foundation says is something that teen drivers constantly must be reminded of when they get in the car.
They have the lowest seatbelt use rate of any age group. And in 2022, 53% of young drivers ages 15 to 20, they died in traffic crashes and they were not wearing their seatbelt.
And here's another tip for teens and, even adults that could use when they get in the car. NHTSA says when you get behind the wheel of the car, a lot of phones have a car mode or a do not disturb mode. You want to set that up and put that on when you get in the car because it'll help cut down on those distractions and make that trip a lot safer for you and your teen. Live in York, I'm Jay Scott Smith for WGAL News 8.